Hello, welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Today we have a lot to cover in the cryptocurrency arena. Even though the price fluctuation and last 24 hours is negative, say for XRP it's negative 4.2 and others in the similar range, we have a lot of news to cover today. Say some news articles related to XRP, then some related to Bitcoin, then some related to the cryptocurrency indirectly, say the banks and how they are fighting with the financial institutions, others like PayPal and all. Then some related to Bitcoin, Ether, other hard wallets, the newses and other updates. So we'll first dive into XRP related news. This is from the XRP Daily. It showcases that CIS India confirms more than 100 banks have signed up with Ripple's X Current, which is XRP enabled. Now that's trying to put in a perspective, right? They will be using XRP. Yeah, it's for sure. In future, they will be using XRP, and the possibility for that is too high. We all agree that, because based on India's current situation, the economic situation, I also believe that they need more liquidity. So if they take in their Nostro accounts from around the world, they may be able to help or manage their liquidity. So I agree with that perspective. Now this is actually from King Solomon at XRP_all. So it shows that blockchain primer for India from the Center for Internet and Society. More than 100 banks have already signed up for X Current. He showcases the document there. If you guys actually want to go through that, you can. This is XRP Daily, and the next news is trader states that impatient XRP investors to miss out on price rally. Now, just based on this image, I'll say that we have been walking in a dark tunnel, looking for a light, for an exit, right? At this particular point, it's like we can see that we are at the end of a bear market, and a rally or a bull market is going to begin soon. So the impatient traders may actually jump out of the wagon and say that we waited for 2 years or more, we are not getting anything. So in this particular tweet, this is from Credible Crypto, he showcases that previously what happened with the Bitcoin move and XRP. He shows that BTC breaks prior ETH and runs 20,000, and still the XRP was here within that range, right? Now here 2018 BTC made its low, whereas XRP made its low here. So you can actually clearly see that there is a distance between the movement of BTC and XRP. When XRP is consolidating, maybe the BTC is actually running up high. We actually saw that BTC went from 3,000 to 14,000. Still XRP is still in that range. So sooner or later we will get that. A big deal for Ripple as SBI joins Russian banks to invest in SBS Bank. So the adoption is increasing for Ripple and XRP day by day. The fundamentals for this particular cryptocurrency or digital asset is getting stronger and stronger every day. Just the price is not reflecting that, but it will. One day or another, the price will actually reflect its fundamental, the technicals will change. The global financial reset has begun. Deutsche Bank has failed. And this is opinion from this particular writer. As you can see, this is from Daily XRP News. He showcases more about that if you want to get in that. But I just want to show that because the central banks are being protested, and now the financial institutions, banks and all are at the verge of bankruptcy. So I just wanted to show that. Now in this one, it shows XRP fails to rally. Yeah, I understand, but Ripple actually as a company, it scores another deal. Still, as a company, Ripple is doing very, 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 very well. They are coming up with a lot of positive news. Say now they are coming up with that news. That means they were working on that for at least 6 months, 1 year to get that deal done. So the company is actually working so hard for the community and for themselves, because they are the primary holder of XRP. Now this one is a chart analysis from crypto potato. So this shows that it has been bottoming out, but since then we actually visited around to 0.245. So the price actually came a bit below that, showing that these are previous support resistance area. So if the price moves up from there, there is a possibility that it can bounce, but we also should be looking at the area for caution, right? If the price break below that, or looking at last 4-5 hours, we actually dropped below, like the XRP price came below along with all the cryptocurrencies. So right now we should actually look whether we are below a support or we are at a support, because that makes a difference, right? So by next 5 minutes we'll actually go through the chart analysis of XRP, then we'll move on to the news related to BTC, Ether, and we'll look at the chart for those current cryptocurrencies as well. Now this shows that XRP breaks 0.26, so that is currently in a downtrend. He's showing that this is a downtrend support and it is breaking down. But my personal opinion based on this particular chart and the technical indicators used is, say this was a previous low, now it went up, then it came back down, and the levels, if you check, it's almost the same level. It didn't actually break that area. So once it breaks down, yeah, that is a new low. We can say that yeah, it is continuing, whereas at this moment it didn't actually make that. So there is a possibility that next can be a higher low, but that's still only a possibility, right? We have to look at the charts, what is happening. This is Ripple X Spring is showing a lot of work. They are working hard. They're coming up with new adoption, new strategies. So the fundamentals, as I told in the initial stage, is getting stronger and stronger for XRP. Now I'll try to move faster through the news related to XRP, because these are more related, similar, but just put in a different perspective. As the other was showing that the price is going down, whereas this is another one who's showing that the price is actually bouncing high. If you zoom out and look at the chart, you can see more or less the similar idea that the price is making higher lows, which is actually a good one for XRP. I think, yeah, this one is we talked about this previously about the smart contract capability of XRP Ledger. They are working on that, but at present, Ethereum is established in that particular arena, so competing will be difficult. But yes, they have a lot of financial institutions tied up with them, which makes a bit ease for them. They are having that much partners, regulated partners, so yeah, they can get a bit ahead compared to others. Now, yeah, we will actually jump in to the XRP chart, and we will look what is happening there. For this is a daily chart, but we went down yesterday. We will look at an hourly chart and 4-hour chart to understand where the price is. So now this is my opinion. I see support here, price bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. So if we connect those lines, we get a bottom trend line like this. And at present we are in that particular area. Now this is 1-hour chart, right? So if you zoom a bit out, look at a 4-hour chart, you can actually see that it's still there, and previously the area was acting as a resistance here. It was a support area here, was a support area all the way here, 3-4 months. Then if we zoom even more out and look at 12-hour or 1-day chart, we can see that like the green line here, which green dotted line, is the current price, and you can actually see that this area has been acting as a support for XRP from a long time. Say from last August, it's been in the same, like 2018 August, the price went into that area 0.25, it bounced from there again 0.25, the price bounced from there. Now that area is acting as a strong support. So if we manage to stay above that, that is a good news. But if the price actually moves below that, then that's really a bad news for XRP. Now here we will actually look at BTC. traders and big firms, they are targeting 150 to 300,000 per Bitcoin. Now, that comparing the price where it is so high, but yes, anything is possible. This is cryptocurrency. As we look at the previous cycles of BTC, we can see that the price just went from $1,000 to $20,000. So anything is possible, and last time it was only retail investors mostly, in my opinion, but this time there is institution as well, right? They're coming up with their own products like ETH and all. Now the big named established firms like Bath, ICE and all are coming into the game. So if the price is moving up, you can actually expect something even more. Now this one is related to bank, which is Bank of America. Bank of America should form a PayPal executive bank account and may have closed just in cents. So one is related to another bank. PayPal is not a bank, my mistake. It's a financial institution, money transfer and all. Then just in cents, Tron. So that's not actually good news, but we don't know what is happening there, the personal opinion, or if that guy has done something bad or breached the terms and conditions. We don't know anything about that. So we just came to know that about suspension of the account. Now Stellar Development Foundation transfers 50 million XLM token to Kraken. Is it dump incoming? Like the price for XLM has already dumped along with all the cryptocurrencies. As you can see here, this is Stellar. It went around -8%. If you look at BTC, it's -4, Stellar is -8, XRP is -4, Stellar is -8. So usually more or less XRP and Stellar moves side by side. If that goes -3%, this goes around 2.8% negative. So this time Stellar went even more down. So is the price going down more? We don't know, right? So we'll actually have to look in the chart to understand that are we at a support area or below that. Now this one showcases that BTC countdown. Analysts spotlights 4 stark outcome for the world's most popular cryptocurrency, that is the Bitcoin, right? So now during the vote, most of them says that it's gonna settle into a range, and a little of them says it becomes a world reserve currency or dumps into oblivion. So anything can happen. If the governments are coming against this, they don't have a CEO to call and say no, shut the. They can't say that, right? Instead, they'll try to come up with regulations. You can't do this. Exchanges has to do this. They have to obey this and all. Now this one is Nota Bank and the hardware wallets. A lot of adoption is coming. People can use these to utilize their crypto assets. Now, what lies ahead for Bitcoin? This article has actually shown me like an opinion from a different author that what can happen. But anything can happen. It's not only about one author and his opinion, right? This is cryptocurrency. Anything can happen. If the volume is coming up and whales are dumping, you can't actually do anything. They actually dump on you. You try to buy, price moves down. You try to get the bottom. No, the price falls like a stone again. So you should be cautious. Now this is related to Ethereum. Is showing that it's moving in a channel, downward channel, and it's at present at the top of that channel. So if the price manages to break above that, that is good for Ethereum. This one shows that is a new bull trend acting now or active now. I'm not a native English speaker, so there will be a lot of syntax or grammar mistakes. So forgive me. I'll try my best to convey the news and the updates from my perspective. So if there is mistakes in my language, English, do forgive me. I'll try to learn more and get better on this. Now we'll actually look at the charts. Say first we'll go through BTC and I'll look at where the price is standing at present. Now this is a 12-hour chart which shows that the price is at a previous support resistance area, we can say. Now I'm just drawing a line here, but usually you should be drawing a range. say support resistance range, was being supported there, was being resisted there. In that aspect, like say this was a resistance previously, so if I'm trying to touch that, it should be like this. Then like this, it was a support previously, this was a resistance previously, this was a support previously. So if I'm plotting that as a support resistance region, we can see that the price is still in that area. But you should be cautious if the price is going below. If it sinks to around 7,800 or below, you should be cautious, because now we are at the top area of this downward channel. But if the price is actually moving down, then more or less it should not be a buy symbol. But for those who are looking for low price, trying to dollar cost average themselves, say the average is currently above the current price, then you can do that. If the price is moving down, it will help you reduce your average. That is actually a good thing to do, right, if you are a long-term investor. Now, similar to that of XRP, if you are plotting the 1 hour time frame here, what you can see here is that the price actually broke above or broke below the support line of this trend, and it has already retested that area. So if it doesn't manage to come back into the trading range, that is actually a bad news. But at the same time, the price is above the current support. We have a bit of support here, so the price should actually manage that area and move back up high. Looking at the long term, we can see that it's a bit of correction, not that much. If we look from the top 14,000 to the current price range, we actually dropped around 18%, and that's not a big dump, right? No, that's my mistake. From this area till here, yeah, we dropped around 40-45%. So that's usually normal range of correction for BTC. It actually happens more or less all the time. Now if we actually look at LTC to USD, we'll actually go into, this is 4-hour chart. It's still managing the same like BTC and other cryptocurrencies, like it's holding that support line. And if you look at the shorter time frame trend or the pattern forming, you saw a crash of price in shorter time frame. But still, compared to BTC, the price is actually managing itself near to that of that support range for that particular trend. Because if you draw that line like this, you can see that was resisted here, was being supported in this area. Now it is bouncing from that area, so it can move high. Now this is Ether in a 1 hour chart. Compared to other cryptocurrencies, which is actually trending lower, we can see for Ether, it's actually not going below that range. You can see that the price has been consolidating in this particular range from last couple of days or a couple of weeks instead. Say from last 28th, the price is being in this area, it is consolidating in this area. So yeah, if we consider this as a bullish channel, we can still say that if we zoom out into 4 hour and look at it, we can see that this is a bull flag. Now we actually looked at it in a closer time frame, right? We used 1 hour chart for that. So instead, if we are actually using 4 hour, then yes, there is a possibility for saying that it is a bullish flag. Now this is a 12 hour one. Yeah, the flag has been a little bit extended, but still the price is in the range of the moving averages, and the MACD is showing bad sign. At least for me, it looks like a bad sign, but the price is above all the support area. So now we'll wrap up our video here. We'll actually get through all the different news and other update tomorrow.